What is going on, everybody? This is Infamous. Now, excuse me if I sound nasally. I'm a little sick. That's number one. Number two, there's going to be random gameplay in the background. I don't know what of. It's going to most likely be Assassin's Creed, since I haven't really given you guys any Assassin's Creed gameplay as of late. But this video is going to be about people who take pieces of plastic too seriously, and their egos are just outrageously enormous over video games and pieces of plastic, that they literally get emotional when they get into confrontations or arguments with people. Now, I'm not gonna lie, a while ago I was guilty of this. And it was rage. I don't know if rage, like raging in games, is really the same thing as this, but it might fall under the same category. I'm not gonna lie. A while ago, man, if I were to play games, I would rage and be like, "Oh my god, that guy sucks," you know, whatever, just yelling for no reason and getting like pissed off over a game. But I think that's normal, right? I think everybody does that. But what isn't normal is when you pledge your allegiance to a certain game system, to a certain game, and you think that you are the hottest shit because you play with a certain kind of controller, or you play with or without a mic. Now, the reason that I'm bringing this up is because I just saw a video from a YouTuber by the name of Hard 8 Times, which he's a funny ass dude, doesn't bite his tongue for anybody, which is why I like him. He puts up gaming news, and he pretty much feeds the whole war with consoles and everything. Sometimes he eggs it on, sometimes he doesn't. But hey, if that's his thing, whatever. But you can tell that he will never take anything like to heart. Like if somebody, like let's say for instance he was a PC gamer, which he pretty much, I think he plays on all platforms, I think except for Xbox. I'm not sure though, could be mistaken. But let's say he was mainly a PC gamer and somebody told him that PC gaming sucked or it wasn't as fun as console gaming. He's not going to get emotionally offended and emotionally involved now to the point where his face is turning all sorts of colors because he's so angry because somebody disagrees with his preference in terms of gaming consoles. And I just saw a video of his where he was playing. It was live commentary. It was Battlefield 3, and the main point of this commentary was to show that PC elitists, is what they're called, people who just think that PC is the end-all be-all of gaming, that it is the top tier, which in some cases it's true, I'm not gonna lie, but people who think specifically that with PC, keyboard and mouse is so much better and it takes so much more skill to use than a controller, and people will get into legit like heated emotional arguments about this topic. And he just went on there, live commentary of Battlefield 3, which I don't even like first person shooters, but the commentary and the gameplay, honestly, in itself, the gameplay was great. I actually enjoyed that. If there was no commentary, I would have actually enjoyed the gameplay by itself. The commentary just made it funny as hell because he's a funny ass dude, the way he talks shit or whatever. I think that's pretty funny. Not everybody makes me laugh, but you know, he does a pretty good job. He's funny. I think he's a funny dude. But you know, he made this video to show that since he was gonna play with a controller, and he was pretty much owning people who play on keyboard and mouse. So he says he doesn't know if they all play on keyboard and mouse, but he's saying, like, his main message was, look, I can do this with a controller on the PC, so I'm just as good as anyone who's good with a keyboard and mouse. There's no real difference there, which there really isn't. If you're more versed in a certain play style with a certain kind of accessory, with a certain kind of controller, then you're just gonna naturally be better with that controller. It's not rocket science. But you know, he put that up there to troll people, and there were a couple of people in the comment section. One guy was like, I'm gonna unsubbed or something like that, and he unsubbed. And then there was another guy who was like, first of all, his grammar was crazy. It was not. He didn't spell one word. He didn't spell one word right. He spelled Saiyan as in like Super Saiyan, Dragon Ball Z. It was crazy. But he went to Harday's video and said, "This shit is whack." Just saying. And he apparently didn't like the video. I honestly can't see how anybody didn't like the video, because it was what it was supposed to be. It was about a video game, and the gameplay was good, solid gameplay, and he had commentary. The commentary was funny and it was enjoyable. Yet these people unsubbed and they said that it was whack. Now, it may not be because he was talking shit about PC or mouses and keyboards, but there are people that I know that are like that, where their ego is just so huge that they'll get emotionally offended like that, and they will unsub somebody or get pissed off and say this is whack, or they won't enjoy it. And I don't get that. At the end of the day, it's a video game. It is a piece of plastic. The system that you're playing on is just a whole bunch of circuits and wiring, and it's essentially a piece of plastic as well if you think about it. It's an inanimate object, and how could you hate another piece of plastic, another group of circuits? I don't get it. I mean, I can understand maybe it's not your preference. Like, it's not that you hate it, but you're just not too crazy about it because, let's say, they don't have exclusives that you like, or their games in general are just games that you don't like to play. That's cool. I dislike certain games. It's not that I don't hate any system though. Like Microsoft Xbox, I've never played that before. I played Zertic's Assassin's Creed 3 on it. Not the biggest fan of the controller and everything, but I'd get it. I'd get that system in a heartbeat, the regular Xbox, but there are just no games on it that interest me for me to get it personally. Just my preference. I prefer Sony PlayStation 3. But there are people who take that shit seriously, and if you were to tell them that you didn't really prefer their system or their way of playing, they would like go down your throat and just call you names and bash you and all these things over a piece of plastic. And like I said, it's a piece of plastic. There's no reason for you to get so heated and upset. At the end of the day, we're playing these video games to have fun and to interact with one another, which is something that we can do now with the magic of technology, and people are spending their time just for no reason talking shit to each other. Now, I understand there are trolls, and trolls have fun doing that, whatever. It's not my cup of tea. I don't think that that's really fun or mature, but, you know, whatever. Go ahead. Troll. I'm not really talking about them as much as I'm talking about the people who are legitimately get seriously upset about this. And this is going to pretty much carry over to what I wanted to say about the community. I don't go on Twitter much. I rarely do. I go on sometimes if I'm gonna put up a message, or if I'm gonna message someone else specifically. God, I can talk. But yeah, or if I'm gonna message someone specifically, then I'll go on there and I'll say what's up. Or sometimes I do actually go on there just to see what's going on with my friends and, you know, people that we know what's going on with you guys. And I've heard that, you know, that the community has had these spurts and may still be having these spurts where people's egos are so ridiculously enormous because of a video game that they start bashing people, giving out personal insults and verbally abusing people over the internet, like honestly, like really meaning it, like fuck you, fuck your mother, all like just random like unnecessary things. And I want to know what the hell happened to the community, because I remember when I first started playing Assassin's Creed, which Zertic got me into. First of all, the community was a lot smaller, but everyone was so nice. Before I even got any subs, I would just go to people's videos and everyone, like, there was no hate in the comments section. Everybody liked the videos. There was hardly any dislike. They interacted with each other. There was no hate. There was never any hate between anyone. But now, from what I've heard and what I'm pretty sure is probably going down, there are people that are legitimately upset at each other because of a piece of plastic, who insult each other because of a piece of plastic, who think that they're a superior human being to another because of a piece of plastic. And I want to know where that came from. I honestly do. Because, like I said, the community was so much nicer. And I know the community's a lot bigger now, and there are going to be a whole bunch of different people in the community giving their different opinions from different places now. A whole bunch of different places, and I understand that, but there's so much it seems like it's more of a competition now between everyone, and I don't know, like, I've seen in tournaments, like tournament gameplay, like in the comment section, people will be like, "Oh, that's bullshit. You suck." Blah 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 blah. I don't remember the specific names, but I do remember seeing comments like these in tournament videos or things of that nature, like just random videos, and people will just go there and be like, "Oh, you're not good. Do that with a controller, and then you can talk to me, or do that with a mouse and keyboard, and then you can talk to me. Do that with the Xbox controller, and then you can talk to me." And I don't get it. I haven't noticed it much because, like I said, I don't go on Twitter much. I don't know if this is going on, but I know that it has gone on. And to anyone that has been involved in any scenarios like these where you're being verbally abused or you're dishing out the verbal abuse, you need to like step back a second and realize that it's a piece of plastic. You need to calm down and understand that you started playing this video game because you wanted to have fun. This community is probably the nicest community that I've ever seen multiplayer-wise. I rarely see any drama. But for the drama that does get out there, for the drama that does start, I just want to remind you guys that it's not worth it, and it's not necessary. You should be friends with one another. It's a video game. For people who have not been friends anymore because of a piece of plastic, because they did something that they didn't like that the other person did. It's a piece of plastic. Why would you ever end a friendship because somebody did something you didn't like in a video game? I don't understand that. And I know that there's probably some of you out there who have had this happen. But I just wanted to remind you, like I said, it's unnecessary, it's uncalled for, and we all just need to start to have fun again. AC4 is coming out. I can't wait for that game. I'm not as excited for that game as I was for the past games, but I am excited to play the multiplayer just because I like the community and I like interacting with the different people on there because everyone is so nice. And I just want to bring this video to your attention because I don't want to see this community go down a road of, the stereotypical Call of Duty kid who is going to be out now, like, with that attitude. Like, AC players get that attitude of the stereotypical kid who just curses people out and just gets emotionally upset for no reason. I don't want it to go down that route. So for any of you guys who have your own thoughts and opinions, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there's something I don't understand. But I find it unnecessary, and I think that we should just all stop being sticks in the mud. We should all stop taking this so seriously, and we should begin to have fun like we did in the beginning with Brotherhood. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say, because I've seen comments like this on multiple videos, not just Hard 8s, and it's gotten under my skin to the point where I feel like I need to talk about this and discuss this with you guys. Leave your thoughts and opinion down below so that we can discuss this. And like I said, don't take what I said, like, I don't think I said anything that should emotionally hurt anybody, but talk to me, let's be mature about this if you do have anything to say. If not, and you like the video, give the video a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a dislike. I don't care, it's your preference. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. But that's it, guys. That's all I really wanted to say, and I just hope that our community doesn't go down in the shitter. I hope that we can keep ourselves at a mature enough level to where we can just constantly be friends and interact with one another and have fun, because I feel as though it's not getting better, and I want to discuss this with all of you. But that was it, guys. This has been Infamous, and I'll see you guys next time.